The most discouraging thing about this entire market is that we keep seeing companies report spectacular quarters, and their stocks still get crushed. I mean, look at Zscaler. I mean, this is one I've liked for a while. It's a cloud-based security software play where the stock has been a huge winner since it came public last year. You know, some people think it's like the first of the unicorns. I think it's just a great, fast-growing company. Last night, Zscaler reported its fifth fantastic quarter in a row. They earned 5 cents a share. Analysts, what were they looking for? Just a penny. Higher than expected sales. Get this, up 61% year over year. Management gave stronger than anticipated guidance for the next quarter. But apparently nothing is good enough for this market because the stock plummeted 6% anyway. Just in the past 2 weeks, Zscaler has fallen from $80 down to $68. However, this is exactly the kind of secular growth story that should be able to bounce back once people stop panicking, which is what they keep doing. So let's take a close look with Jay Chaudhry. He's the chairman and CEO of Zscaler. Learn more about the quarter and where his company is headed. Mr. Chaudhry, welcome to Mad Money.
Thank you, Jim. I appreciate the opportunity.
Well, I've got to tell you, sir, it is an honor to have you, and like everyone who said on the conference call, I want to say congratulations. I don't want to look at the stock. I want to look at how the company's doing, and your company's doing incredibly well. But it is the first time you're on, so I'd like you to describe to people what Zscaler does before we drill down.
Yeah. Thank you. Well, I built this company starting in 2008 with a simple mission. Let's make internet and cloud a safe place to do business. I looked at the world changing. The way we work, how we work, where we work was changing. We could work anywhere on any device. The security that was being offered by many vendors was meant for protecting offices. I said, let's build security in the cloud as a cloud security platform, similar to what Salesforce did to take CRM to the cloud and what Workday did to take HCM to the cloud. We are doing the same kind of thing to disrupt old school legacy security.
Well, I think it's obviously a huge market. People still think it's, there's still a lot of people, sir, who believe that it's late in the transition from on-premise to the cloud. Your numbers indicate to me that we are still very much in, if not the beginning, then maybe the middle of when companies are adopting the cloud.
Yeah, the cloud is being adopted at a fairly good pace. It has taken a while. But Office 365 adoption has changed a lot of things. All traffic of email is moving to the cloud. Workday, Salesforce, ServiceNow. Applications move to the cloud. That drives the adoption of security to the cloud. So we are seeing a significant momentum where customers, where CIOs are asking for security to be done right. And in fact, I was talking to a CIO who said, I asked this question to my people. If something can be done in the cloud, you can't do it in the data center. If security needs to be done in the cloud, why are we buying these security hardware boxes? So I see the world rapidly changing. In fact, in the past couple of weeks, you've seen some vendors announcing earnings and acknowledging that security is moving to the cloud faster than they thought.
Well, I do think that there are two numbers that struck me as being, one disconcerting, the other pretty amazing. You can reduce spending by 30 to 50% on the network, which is pretty amazing. And at the same time, you process 40 billion transactions, but you block more than 100 million threats a day. I mean, who is doing these threats? 100 million. I mean, it must be state sponsored.
A lot of it is. They range. Some of the most scary ones we see are phishing attacks. So every day we see tens of thousands of phishing attacks. These are highly targeted, and people are tricked to click into these things. They click on something and their credentials get stolen. Then there are botnet attacks out there. To really protect against all these things, you need to sit in line to inspect traffic going in and out. So Zscaler acts as a checkpost, almost like an international airport. We're inspecting everything that goes in and out of your device to make sure we're blocking the bad, we are protecting the good to have people do good business. That's why the big companies like GE and Siemens and United Airlines, they all depend upon Zscaler to protect their enterprise.
One last question. You do work with Okta, which is another company we're quite fond of. Tell me about that solution brief that you guys offer.
Yes, so Okta is a wonderful company that's in the identity business. Their job is to make sure the employees and the departments are properly listed for a given company. It's like a phone book. It's like a directory.
Okay.
So they're the source of information. Think of us as the airport. When I travel and leave the airport, they scan my passport. When they scan the passport, a call goes to the database of passports. Is Jay Chaudhry the right person?
Right.
Can he travel? That's what Okta does. But
Okay.
we are in line who enforce policy.
Gotcha. Okay. Look, I'm so glad you came on. I don't understand the stock's behavior other than the fact that we got one terrible market right now. I want to thank you, Jay Chaudhry, who is the Zscaler founder, chairman, CEO. Congratulations on the fastest growth of any quarter that we have.
Jim, thank you.
Absolutely. Mad
Very
Money's back
excited
after the
to be
break.
here.
Thank you. Booyah! Jim Cramer here from Mad Money. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube. Click here to subscribe and get the jump on my exclusives with CEOs, plus market news, investing advice, and a whole lot more.